All right, let's jump right into it. Today, we're going to break down a really powerful and kind of counterintuitive idea for getting ahead in a world that's obsessed with being seen. It's called the ghost mode advantage.
Just let that sink in for a second. You know, in a world where everyone is yelling to be noticed, this suggests that the real power, it's in the quiet. It's not about being the loudest person, but about being effective precisely because nobody sees you coming.
And this really gets to the heart of it, right? On one hand, you've got everybody showing off, posting every little win for the world to see. But on the other, you've got the ghost. They're just heads down, focused, quietly putting in the work and building something massive behind the scenes.
So, to really understand why ghost mode is such an advantage, we first have to talk about the trap that so many of us are stuck in.
And wow, does this look familiar? For so many of us, this is the daily grind. You post something, you're anxiously refreshing, waiting for those likes. You get that little rush, that little dopamine hit of validation. And then what? It fades, and you're left feeling kind of empty, just waiting for the next fix. It's a treadmill, and frankly, it's exhausting.
This breaks it down so clearly. You've got two completely different ways to operate. On one side, your foundation is built on the shifting sands of what other people think. It's fragile. But on the other side, your foundation is bedrock. It's your own purpose, your own standards. One is shaky, the other is unshakable. The ghost chooses bedrock every time.
Okay, so if external validation is the trap, how do we get out? Well, it starts by completely flipping the script on a word that I think most of us misunderstand: privacy. Let's look at how it can literally become your superpower.
This is what everyone thinks, right? That being private means you've got some deep, dark secret, that it's a defensive move, something born out of fear. But what if that's completely wrong? What if it's the total opposite?
And boom, here's the reframe. This is the big idea. We're talking about strategic privacy. This isn't about hiding in a corner. It's an offensive strategy. It's about taking active control over your story, your information, and maybe the most important thing of all, your focus.
So what do you actually get from this? Well, for starters, you get to control your own story. You define yourself, not the crowd. You also get to build and create without the constant noise and distraction from the outside world. And funnily enough, this actually creates intrigue. It makes you more influential, not less. And most crucially, it frees you up to do deep, meaningful work instead of just putting on a shallow performance for clicks.
Okay, that all sounds great in theory, but how do you actually pull it off? What's the engine that makes all of this run?
And here it is. This is the absolute core of it all. Self-concept clarity. I love this phrase. It basically means your sense of who you are is so solid, so clear, that you don't need to look at your social media feed to figure out what you believe in. You become your own source of truth. And when you have that, oh man, the practical benefits are huge. Your decision-making becomes faster and stronger because you're just aligning with your core values. Other people's opinions, whether they're good or bad, they just lose their sting. You become immune. The goals you set are genuinely yours, not something you saw someone else do online. You basically become bulletproof against all the fleeting, silly trends.
All right, let's pull all these threads together. At the end of the day, what is the choice that we're all really facing here?
It really just boils down to two paths, doesn't it? You can be the performer, constantly broadcasting, chasing applause, building a public brand. Or you can be the ghost, operating on a whole different wavelength, driven by your own internal mission, and building something powerful, private, and built to last, a quiet empire.
And that's the trade. It's a conscious choice. You're giving up that instant gratification, that short-term buzz of public praise for the deep, long-term satisfaction of building something that's truly yours and on your own terms.
So that's the final thought I really want to leave you with. Think about it. A brand is for an audience. It's about what people see right now. But a legacy? A legacy is the impact you leave behind, built from all that deep, focused work you do when nobody is watching. So the question is, which one are you building?